Hey everyone, welcome to the Hidden Tomb of Akarut, ill met by Dungeon Light, all that good stuff. Uh, we are gonna just dive right into it. So, sorry, quick announcement. Unfortunately, Mark, who's been playing with us for the last several weeks, who is amazing and awesome, has a day job again, and so will be unable to complete his mini arc with us. We'll see what happens with Brekazak in character and all that good stuff. Pardon me, I am not going to be as good a Brekazak as Mark is, of course, but I will do my paltry imitation nonetheless. So, there you all are in a room with a body, or several, that are dead. How are you all feeling? What do you want to do? What's your goal here?
Uh, we also leveled up. Do we want to do that stuff?
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, that's so good though. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do leveling up stuff. Excellent. Let's go around the table. Marcus, why don't you kick us off?
At
What?
level 8, oh, sure. Yeah.
What did you take?
At level 8, paladins get either an ASI or a feat, and I have chosen a feat. I've chosen the feat Spell Sniper.
Chosen to defeat Spell Sniper. That's interesting. Why have you chosen to defeat Spell Sniper?
So the ASI would have just been one point in, or one increase to my bonus from any one stat, which would have been nice. It would help out those auras. We get a little larger bonus for that.
Mm.
But I felt like there was more flavor potential in Spell Sniper. Any spell with an attack roll has double the range, and I also get one cantrip, uh,
Cool. What cantrip are you taking?
Eldritch.
Oh, interesting. I
Um,
like it.
yeah, I felt like I didn't have a ton of ranged options that were very effective.
Hmm.
It would be useful that way, and also I thought I could maybe ask Calibra for it, in a sense.
Oh, cool. That'll be fun. Make a pact with Lyra.
That's the name.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I like it. Well, I mean, she has the power to do that now. She might as well. I like it.
if she
Jack, what
wants
did
to.
you take?
So I'm still kind of stuck.
Mm.
The reason being is I figured out that I can actually replace one of my spells, and that's I'm hoping to probably replace Shadow Blade,
Mm.
but I'm not quite sure like what to replace it with. I have a few options though, and those essentially being um, I guess invisibility would be interesting too. So like I'll add that to the two. But my thoughts being either hold person
Always,
or oh what?
always useful.
It's so good. Or possibly like something like mirror image or spider climb. And then
Yeah, I
invisibility
could see
is
any of
cool
those
too.
being useful. Mirror image feels very like traditionally flavorful for you, but I would be very interested in seeing potentially any of those. Um, you also learn a spell at this level, you know.
Do I?
Yes, so you can
Huh.
pick two if you want to swap out a spell.
Well, there it goes.
6 spells at this level, so that's always useful.
I did not know that. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Yeah, and then I think I'll also take a feat. The question that I have for you though is Worldbreaker a heavy weapon?
Would you like him to be?
Probably, yeah. I'm
Would you
thinking
ask him to be?
possibly. Oh, oh, all right. I guess we'll see. So
If
cool,
you'd like to take that feat, I won't. I will tell you that you won't be punished.
cool. All right, yeah. And then I'll take Great Weapon Master, and then I got a saucy bonus to the hit points. I'm not quite sure if I remember what, but I can scroll up to see.
Yep,
But yeah, so
sounds good. Asthma playing Lyra. What did you take at level 8? Arcane Trickster.
Um, yeah, I have an ability score improvement that I will put into Dax because we need to try with her. And I also get an extra spell that can be from any class, but I've ended up picking invisibility.
Invisibility is a great spell, one of the best in the
Yes.
game. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Um,
And I rolled hit dice, and I still have less than what I had before when my maximum hit points were reduced. So it's going well.
Great. Great. How many? What is your maximum hit points at this level?
29.
You know that you're like level 8, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's yeah. She's trying.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, we will survive. This is just a question, no, not pressure. Did you consider putting a stat bump in Constitution to raise those hit points?
I thought about it,
And decide against it.
but
Sounds
I didn't.
There's
Pardon?
also the tough feat. I think I can get net you a good amount of hit points.
Don't
The
worry
tough
about it.
feat
If
is the
she's
only
happy.
reason I'm not dead.
Yeah, she seems happy, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's all
I'm
that
glad
matters.
I'm glad with those choices. Quite happy. And being able to turn invisible, that can help you with your hit points too.
Hopefully.
And Emily playing Celia.
Hi. I just find it very interesting that I've had invisibility for a good while now, and I've just never used it. So maybe I should use it.
Well,
But I
your
gained
friends haven't
2.
been as in trouble as your friends.
That is true. That is very true. I got 2 spells. So I chose Shield and Misty Step because they are very useful.
Getting some early level spells. Interesting. Filling out your playbook. I like it.
Yeah, I was looking through some blood magic spells, but I decided against it in the end because next level I'll have blood bending anyway. So
Sounds good. And that's really what you're here for.
yeah.
Sounds good.
And I got some more hit points, which is great.
Always good. Did you take a feat or an ability score improvement?
I took the ability score improvement, and I managed to get my modifiers in dexterity and intelligence up to 4. So
Nice. Wow.
I now have a higher initiative as well, which is great.
Nice. All good things. Cool. Well, you are looking fierce and powerful.
And small.
I like it. Okay. So, I don't know what Brukazak took because I didn't look. But that's okay. I'm not that worried. I'll figure out how to make Brukazak work. Okay. So, here you are in this room. Bodies, plural, in this room. Tis, you figured out that this room is next to the room that had the 3 statues and the pit and the weird looking beholder thing that's sunk into the floor. All sorts of things like that. But basically, this is just a room that you. It's also above the room of ice and cold. For those of you who are curious about that. Yeah.
Was that where we were attacked by the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
It is underneath you right now. The hallway where you almost died to a wall is underneath you.
I believe Tis had at some point attended to the bodies. The ones that were still, yeah.
Fair, works for me. What did you do to them?
If they were in undignified positions, I would. Those feels like a weird way to describe it, but I would put them in more dignified positions. The ones that were not so intact, I would clean them up as much as I
could. Okay. Anything else you want to do here?
No, I think in this moment this will be relatively silent.
There is much violence in this tomb.
Around every corner, yes.
I saw a look of familiarity in your eye. Do you know where we are?
Yes, actually. We had fought something in the room just above us, down the hallway and above us. Is that right? Matt?
It depends on what you're talking about. You've definitely been above you. Above you is the fire room.
Oh no, the next door over is the room with the statues and the beholder.
Yeah, and the pit trap that goes down to the hallway that you guys.
Yeah. So Tis would have said that. Yes, the room, the next room over, we've fought something in it. One of us got cursed there, actually. Lifted now, thankfully.
Celia, I don't think Celia was with you when you did that. I think that was Jinx. So I think
that's
Celia's
right.
going to be very surprised at this, but just kind of, okay, sure, and move on.
You find yourself more comfortable now that you know the way out?
Speaking for myself, yes. Immensely, yes. We had talked about going to the surface, and we know the way now. Do you have any objection to that, Brukazak?
I have broken my covenant with the halfling. I do not wish to return until I have recovered the object, or found a home for it at least. I cannot go back to my abode, for it would not go well.
They're watching your living space?
My living
Longshore's?
space is on Longshore's property. I was his bodyguard. I cannot return.
I see. You said his property, and that covers a lot of ground, but you mean his property, his own home.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
My betrayal was not exactly subtle.
I mean, what if we didn't sleep up there or stay up there? You could come to our tent. You would be associated with us. Oh, maybe that doesn't work. Would it be bad for you to be seen with us, or with me in particular?
I worry that less about being associated with you and more about just having my throat slit in the night, should I rest.
Okay.
Would it be possible for you to stay down here if we found a safe room for you?
Ironically, I find that's much safer.
Normally I would be against that, but you are, I think, the strongest person we've met in here, other than a lot of things actually. So I am not that worried about you.
You do yourself too little credit, Tis.
Wow.
Your ability to protect and keep people safe is very impressive.
Tis is silently and solemnly beaming, if that makes sense. The energy is there, but the expression is not. But that being said, I could benefit from having armor that doesn't have holes in it, and just will like poke the holes in there. We won't rest. We wouldn't make you wait down here alone for that long, or I'll put it out to the group. Actually, I won't decide that for everyone. But yeah, I could use new armor.
I see and understand.
Everyone, is that acceptable? Going to the surface for a moment. If anybody wants to rest,
Yeah.
I can do that. That's fine too. But better to not leave Brukazak down here too long, I think.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
We should find a hidey hole of some sort for me to rest at, or perhaps I can make my way back to Anstrusa.
That's a good idea. And Strucer is a good place to be.
Perhaps.
Do we know of any other? I feel ridiculous even asking. Safer places in the tomb than on Struce's room.
That's a good point. I don't actually think that we do.
So
The construct's room, maybe. With truth.
Depends on how much you trust him.
He doesn't do magic, so he should be safe, right? You don't do magic, do you? Because
Not unless you count this. And he lights his sword.
what kind of magic is it they don't? It's not all magic, right? It's magic from the tomb.
I mean, yeah, he'll be fine.
So that's an option. On Struce's room is an option. It's a question of how long it takes us to get there. How far is it from here to Truth and I forget the other one's names. Truth, I remember.
Fate.
Fate.
There's fate and time. I know.
Nature, death, space.
Nature and death.
Okay. I'm more comfortable not remembering them now because that's a lot for me.
No worries. There's as many as I need. Let's put it that way.
No, yeah. Do we know how far it is from there to there from here?
Yeah. Well, technically, the route that you're. Let's see. Let me check. Easiest routes from point A to point B. Yeah, I mean, you can go down the pit trap and through the cold room, and then turn right, and you're right there. Right? If you look at the map, it's a little bit weird, but you guys are currently here.
It's 41A, right?
Yeah, you're at 38, room 38. Right, and if you go down the pit trap and through the hidden passageway, and then down this way, you're there. So it's right there.
Thinking about it, we're actually rather close to truth and fate and time and justice and death's room.
If you say it is safe, then I will trust you, friend. But I've never felt comfortable sleeping close to death.
Oh, it's a construct. More complex than any I've seen, I think. It's rather present, if that makes sense. But it only dislikes evil things. Yeah. They. Yeah, evil's a weird thing to define, isn't it? Relatively evil things. Going by the definition of the tomb and their instructions, I guess.
If that is where you're heading, I think I will head to the surface because I cannot be seen by them again.
How could anyone not like you?
You'd be surprised.
I do not like anyone who does not like you.
So complimentary to Brooke.
Oh, was that requiring a response?
No, not at all.
They'll be safe and they'll keep you safe as long as you don't break their rules. And I have broken their rules. So if you do see them, it would be wise to not mention our alliance.
Very well. I can be practical.
Can I do a localized divine sense on Brookazak to check in for any influence of the unnamed one and Oxus and Oz? those? No, that's not right.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, of the 3 big baddies that we know of.
Yeah. Absolutely. You do your localized divine sense, and you sense nothing.
Okay.
Any distinctions or changes in his character is because someone else has taken over his character and doesn't know how to play him.
No, it's on point. The voice is really good. Yeah, I'll. You should be fine. I think you're good. Do you want an escort there?
No,
it's not very far. Okay.
I can make my way there, but do return soon. I want to get to the Dreamer's Seed.
Will do. Couple hours tops. Few hours tops. Okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
Tis, make sure you protect Celia. She's very little for a place like this.
Sometimes I feel like we all are.
Even if she has.
That's how you hear that?
I mean, he's just saying it to Tiz in the middle of the room.
She's not very happy about it.
You were saying, Brookezak?
Just that things that are small need to be protected sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, and without question, yeah, I think it's fair to say I've taken that charge for the whole group because they're very nice and I like them, and they make me not die down here. Okay? I like that.
I like that too.
And Tis will walk over to what is a pit trap, but this will not describe as a pit trap. So if you just go down this hole in the ground here, and follow this hallway all the way down, and then take it to the right, you will find the room wherein lie truth, justice, death, time, and nature. I think.
Excellent. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Your time with us down here is maybe the safest I've ever felt. Yeah, it'll be sad to see you not with us for a little bit. But it's only a few hours.
It's true. Zuriel, you are very powerful and impressive.
Thanks. I'm powerfully and impressively reading in a book to level up my stuff, but in game and out of game. So I appreciate it, and it was actually really wonderful having you here. So I think there is
hopefully the first of many times.
Hopefully, yeah. So, like, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you again.
Lyra, be careful with your new power. I worry that it can corrupt you.
I will. And I think as everyone else had been talking, I think Lyra would have been making a copy of the map that they would have of the tomb, the places they've been. And she'll hand a copy to Brookezak.
Oh.
You've given us a lot of help and guidance. This is for you, just so you don't get lost on the way. But this tomb is dangerous, as you've seen. And I'll do what we can to keep you safe. This map may help.
Is this the artwork of the undead trolls that I fought? Points at a point on the map.
Oh, I imagine so.
You've made them very much cuter than they actually were.
Have to add a bit of whimsy into this.
Bringing light into a dark place. Hold to that.
I will.
Celia, you are more fierce than your size would show. But you need to be careful. Because it seems like if you get wet, it hurts.
Yeah, that's a new thing. In general, I'm pretty good at protecting myself. But I appreciate the sentiment.
I'm just saying, Anyone who can be defeated by a bucket of water can't be that cool.
It's only this water.
The fact that you're not technically a witch, I'm having to do like mental gymnastics. Like anybody who's even watched The Wizard of Oz can be like, just
There's
say.
also, I will say, it hasn't happened yet, of course, but there is a curse in this dungeon that turns your skin green.
Okay.
We have to find it.
I need me some sparkly shoes and a dog.
You know.
Honestly, though.
You want to find familiar spelling Toto. Okay. Well then, I will hop down here and make my way east to death and nature. And turn
Have
right.
fun.
Thank you for the map. And
Be safe.
he jumps down this 20-foot pit and lands, superhero landing, and looks up and gives you a jaunty wave holding his sword in one hand, sort of casually, and starts walking down the tunnel.
Right. I'd say we go to the surface. I just realized that I am still missing my hand. You'll probably spend a little bit of gold on a cool little pirate hook or something like that.
Just a small price to pay.
Like, you ever just been so caught up in like some stuff that you just realize that, hey, I'm missing my hand. Like, realistically, I it makes me kind of wonder, like, if sometimes people who actually do have prosthetics sometimes forget them. So I would.
Probably.
I imagine that they sometimes do. Okay, so you guys make it out of the tomb?
I think that's the plan, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you have the route, so and you have all the experience, so you walk out of the tomb. Ain't that great?
God,
I
this is
think
the
as
first
soon
time
as as soon as we see sunlight, Sally's just gonna be like, ah.
Yeah.
That's definitely the move. Sunlight, fresh air.
You know, the water down there felt like that. The dark water. I know you didn't have the same experience, but I miss not being dry and dusty. Hey,
you can stick to the tube that I'll take up here. Thank you very much.
Fair. I'm gonna head off to find. Maybe I shouldn't. Zerial, would you mind buying me some plate armor?
Yeah, for sure. And I need to find somebody who either hopefully specializes in cannons or in the godforsaken chance that you find somebody who can create prosthetics in a small town.
Lyra, do you have something to say about this? Do you want to jump in here?
Oh yeah. Are you set on getting a mechanical one? In that sense?
Possibly. I mean, I feel like it. Damn, that is a good point. I mean, either way, you could probably just freeze a cannon to my arm for like a grappling thing. Like, you know, like I feel like it could. There's still purpose to it, but I'm not sure if like one would be necessarily better than the other.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Okay,
sorry.
I don't go for it. No, so I think mechanical makes a lot of sense if we can find someone who can do it.
True.
Hopefully, fingers crossed we can. Well, I guess not fingers crossed for you, but no.
Finger crossed. But yeah, all right, that's fair. And if I don't find anything, I'll get a cool new ice hand, which is equally as cool. So,
sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
I don't know.
Do we know anyone that can do it magically?
Oh, good point.
Is that a thing?
We know Adius. but
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust Adius.
Okay.
He is very helpful on occasion. However,
Nalri also would be able to help.
I mean,
Tis says Nolly could help.
Fortunately, I don't know Nalri, so she'll probably be the last person I go to. Because I don't think I've ever actually met Nalri in this character, anyways.
Yeah.
Have you met Adius?
That's a good point. I don't think I have either. So
I suppose I can introduce you to Adius though, rather than Nari.
Yeah, for sure. So I think like
Nalri.
Yeah, Nalri's cool, but no particular reason we're.
I think this would be confused in game too.
It's not like anyone remembers bad experiences with Nalri.
Very true.
It's just some bad vibes. Some bad vibes coming from her.
She just stole your memory.
She's just sick.
She's a sick old lady.
Yep.
Who understands the body and its magics very well.
Oh, there's also Perius? He's the only cleric I know out there too.
Is it bad that I forget who that is?
Oh, it's the cleric, dude.
Cleric.
The goblin, right?
Oh, is he a goblin? I forget.
No, he's a halfling. He's a halfling cleric who like heals people.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's kind of sus, if I remember.
So far, he seems not nice. Okay, he's kind of sus too. Okay, fair enough.
Everyone's a bit sus.
Is anyone not?
At least a little bit.
You know what? I'm going directly to the bad people because at least the bad people you can trust to be bad. Like, you see, the good people will screw you over when your back's turned, but the bad people, you already know their stuff. It's all right, they're right in front of you.
So who does that mean you're going to?
Probably because like the shop for Tiss's armor is most likely what's the name?
Enterprises.
Yes, Songshore. So I'll probably go there first to get the armor, see if there's anything there, if there is anyone there, and then we'll move through the list.
So what kind of armor are you trying to
get? Tiss, you said it was heavy armor?
Yeah, plate. I think that's what I have now. Yeah.
Yeah. So plate armor.
Cool. So the person behind the counter looks up at you and says, "Hey, Zero."
Hello. I'm here to purchase some stuff, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Would you happen to have any plate armor?
Yeah.
All right. How much would you say for it?
15,000 gold.
Okay, so in terms of economy, do I know if that's like really, really high or if that's
about 10 times what it should cost?
Okay. Yeah, any particular reason it costs that much?
Just picks up a piece of paper and puts it in front of you. It has your name on it and also everyone else's name. But it says in particular, Zerial has betrayed us and has joined the Order of Obscura. Grant him no service for cheap.
That is a shame. And so this was sent out by Hubert himself?
Sure. I don't know. One of the bosses up there.
That's fair. But I mean, you and I are still good, and I'm going to slide him a few gold pieces. All right?
He looks around. I don't know. How many gold pieces are you sliding him?
We'll just say 3, and then I'll bump it up to 5.
Okay. Yeah, roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
I don't know, Zero. It's not like I could lose my job, you know? And like...
Don't worry. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody. Obviously, you're doing me a favor, so I appreciate it myself personally.
Yeah, but what if someone sees you wearing the armor or something?
realistically, I'll say that I got it from Obscura. They definitely have their own stuff, and I could have found it in the tomb. So
it has Songshore's insignia on it.
Could I look at the armor and see if it's engraved or if it's painted?
Yeah, it's engraved, but it's not that bad. It's like on the shoulder. It's on the shoulder pauldron. You could buff it out.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have any spells that can buff it out? Like immediately to show.
That's very courteous.
It is. Let's see.
This whole exchange actually is very courteous on your part.
We could probably buff it out like normally, but I'll cast Minor Illusion on the shoulder pauldron to just make it look like a normal pauldron, and I'll say, for the time being, we'll just do this. We'll buff it out, and nobody will know the difference.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%. And I appreciate you. So you've always been good, and it's been good buying for me.
Okay. Leave the 5 gold, and just pay flat 1,500 for the armor.
Okay, and that's the normal price, right?
Yeah, that's the player's handbook price.
All right, and I don't know what.
Wait, that was the same price, wasn't it? Or did I hear wrong?
You went from 15,000 to 1,500.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear them say 1,000.
What are your pockets like? Wow, you have exactly
1,500. Yeah,
okay.
Got everything I need. I would have given you all my money.
Yeah. So I'll be using his pocket, and I'll remove some 5 gold from mine.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So you get a case of you get it's like a rosewood box that's filled with this armor, and is like powdered and dusted and in good shape and all that good stuff. And he hands it to you.
Okay. Is this like in the middle of their territory? Is there a possible way that I can kind of take like a less visible route to go out?
By less visible, do you mean stealth check or invisible spell?
Well, I don't think I have invisible.
I didn't know if you took it or not.
Nah, I was, but what I ended up taking was Hold Person and Arcane Lock. Arcane Lock is definitely going to be very useful.
Very useful.
I saw like that I had manacles in my thing, and I was thinking, well,
Oh boy, sorry. That is very useful. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's kind of in the middle of things, but you could find a way to sneak out.
That's fair. Let's see. And Minor Illusion doesn't. It couldn't create like a map. Well, I mean, I'm fucking blue, so I guess it wouldn't really be too good at
Minor
creating
Illusion
a mask.
can't move. That's its real restriction.
Oh, yeah, true. Let's see.
It's either a sound or an image, not a moving image.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I'll just take some common clothes and wrap it around my head.
Okay. Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Okay.
You don't have disadvantage from heavy armor on this. 20.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess. Oh shit! I should have asked about. Well, no, because like that would be asking too much. Yeah. So I'm good here.
Okay. Yeah. So you leave, and you've got plate armor.
Nice. I'll meet back up with Tess.
Okay. Make it back to the Obscura tents.
So I got your plate armor here, although we have kind of an issue. So from now on, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually buy stuff when it comes to Songshore, and we're going. Yeah, yeah. They put my name and they circled it. So, but I still managed to get it for the right price, albeit like a few gold out of my pocket, but nothing much.
Let me.
It's fine. No,
that was.
Trust me.
I couldn't anyway. Apparently, that's all my gold. I'll get you back.
Yeah,
I got you.
You are broke. But what I would request though is, as a favor, just spend like a good while buffing out the Songshore logo on this.
Oh, really? Is it big?
Yeah. Well, it's on the shoulder. It doesn't look insanely hard, but it'll take you a couple hours. So
this will pop the box and look at try to find the logo.
Grab a trusty rock and hope for the best. That's the only downside that you'll get from this. But
you said it's relatively subtle, right, Matt?
Yeah, it's engraved in lightly.
Okay. Just to see it.
It's designed in such a way that it'll catch the light, and so it's supposed to like glint in the sunlight, but and also show your like whatever your loyalty or whatever. But it's not like it's not part of the armor. It was added on. Hubert Songshore didn't have this armor constructed. He buys armor and then has someone like chip in the Songshore logo.
Naturally.
Beauty. Yeah, so
it's rolling their eyes whenever I say anything about Hubert Songshore. I just say Songshore, and I can just watch Sally go Songshore. It's great. I love it.
So I think I'm going to take Asma with me this time, because Asma, you have invisibility, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you also have conversational and people skills, so I think you and I, if that's okay with you, we're going to go on a hunt to find me an arm. So
yeah, that's good.
Like, I just realized, yeah, it's kind of awkward just not having.
I was thinking about that when you were like, "Oh, I'll just wrap the goblin clothes around it." I was thinking like with one arm, and then you just wrap it.
Yeah, I mean that might have like been the reason why, even with like I think I had like a 1 to my stealth, that I still managed to roll high, because I don't think they're expecting Zuriel to have one arm or one hand. So, wait, would I still palm him a few coins, or would I stump him a few coins? But yeah, so I say we like look around. Do you want to hit the? I think the best place for information would probably be the tavern, right?
Yeah, we could probably find some travelers there as well, if anyone else knows anything.
Cool. Yeah, so I'd say we go over there.
Okay. While they're heading to the tavern, Celia and Tis, do you guys have anything you want to do?
Did we take anything out of the tomb that time? Or did we literally just not have anything for Bialda at all?
This time, no, but I think
sure? I thought we grabbed stuff from
is that true?
The treasure room where we met Skeleton B.
Oh, and, like, that's right, yeah.
And also, you know, for that matter, Akarut.
It was a number of gold, but we distributed that, if I remember right. Actually, yeah, I think that's why I have the 1,500.
I have in my treasure, I have jewelry, a candle holder, and a scroll case. Oh, I have a scroll case.
With a scroll in it?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I vaguely remember it, but, like, it's Lyra or Celia that's going to actually remember what that is.
I also have my old armor. It's technically Ancient Priani, I think. Is that true, Matt? We found it in one of the crates in the room that was previously guarded by a crossbow trap. Oh no, actually we put the crossbow trap there.
You set up the trap, but yes, besides that, yes.
Okay, yeah.
The candles in the skull case are from that weird cottage thing that was next to the river.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
And we never looked in. Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah, we burnt it down.
But we never looked inside the scroll case because the thing ended.
And the jewelry was from the Skeleton B room. Is that right?
Yeah, I think the jewelry was from there. I can pull it up. Actually, I have a list of things. Oh, but yeah, if you want to turn things over to Bialdor, we can do stuff for money, pretty easily. Let me check this map.
Damn, I was so curious as to what was in that case too. Like see, thank you. I knew that it was either Lyra or Celia that was going to remember exactly where it was too. So you guys both have eidetic memories.
Oh no, we just take notes.
That's right.
Ah, there we go. Room 40, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Treasure from these rooms, which is cool. Sorry. You guys can keep going.
Oh no, I was just I'm thinking of funny because I think you guys combined probably have like more notes than there are actually in the campaign. Like the campaign guidelines are like probably a thing, but you guys have like every little tiny thing in addition to it. It's like after
I said
Just
this
a
with love,
stack.
Jack, but I have 350 pages of notes.
holy hell. And you're just gonna
Yeah,
add their notes to it, like at the end, like if the campaign ever ends and you switch settings, you're just going to have a double the amount.
Although I will also point out that actually some of the campaign notes don't apply to this campaign because the campaign note document is all the campaigns that I'm running in the world. So
Oh, nice.
Because
I only have 8 pages worth, but I've missed out a lot of stuff because sometimes I've just not written things.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
A lot of my notes, I have both paper notes and just the bio in Roll20. I don't have bio stuff in it, I have information.
Golly, I didn't know y'all were taking notes. All my information is in the old mental fortress here in the vault.
Yeah, don't feel bad because I don't even remember what happened this session, let alone last session.
I would like to thank Celia and Lyra right now for being awesome characters.
I would too, actually.
Honestly, though.
I wrote things down because I know I won't remember.
See, it's like that episode.
Something I did remember. Something I did remember. Lyra needs a new rapier because otherwise she's still going to be swordless.
That's right. And I have a -1 to my rapier too.
Oh yeah. I have a sword that I took, that the skeleton gave me, but I never looked into any of like what it was, how much damage and stuff it does. I didn't have a look.
Right on. Yeah, it was a scimitar, so it did 1d6. So if you want a new rapier, you can get a new rapier. That's easy enough. Although again, they'll charge you a lot.
Well, we also need more healing potions. I was thinking maybe we should ask Adius for help. He's been helpful before, and he's not.
What's he going to ask for us though?
Well, I don't know. He seemed quite, happy to keep me alive before. I don't know whether to rely on his goodwill, particularly. But I'm sure we could work out something.
We could also start brewing our own, possibly. Like, I mean, I do specialize in, like, essentially alchemy. So if we have the ability to start, like, at least, like anything long term, that might actually. Oh, but we need a herbalism kit to start that.
I'm sure Adius could find us a herbalism kit.
Yeah, or
that
we
doesn't
could just,
seem like it would be that hard to find.
We could just pick one up. So,
yeah.
Huh. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to craft healing potions, again, the thing with crafting healing potions is that it takes time.
Yes.
So you're talking about, if you're thinking about crafting healing potions, you're talking about spending weeks outside the tomb. I don't think that's necessarily the worst thing, but it is something to note.
Could we, does it require constant attention, or could we have Bealdor look after it while we're gone? And
if you want to try and train him into doing it, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is like we get like him to kind of brew it while we're gone, and then before we like go on like a big boss or whatever, we can stock up with like our healing potions and stuff, and we'll just have that like long-term payoff as opposed to the short term.
Sounds good to me. So you guys go and chat with Bealdor then, some of you, to get this started. Is that the plan? Well, some of you go to the tavern.
I also want to make more berries. I'm thinking while Lyra and Ziriel go off, I was thinking of making some berries, and while I'm doing that, telling Bialdor in very dramatic fashion about everything that happened while we were down there.
Yeah. Who's got grass stick with them?
I have the same
He
thought.
does. I forgot about him.
He's still having the doors, isn't he?
Oh yeah, we were gonna get him a shield. Does he need a shield? He's got the door.
He has the
He
door.
is a shield.
I feel like we could improve the door, and that would be sufficient as a shield.
Well, technically, I could improve the door using a spell. So, just something to let you know, I do have a new spell. It's a level 2 one, but it's called Arcane Lock. And technically, I touch a closed door. And since he has 2 doors, that technically means they're closed doors.
He doesn't have 2 doors. He actually only has 1.
Yeah.
Oh, he only has 1? Oh,
And that is an open door, sir. They would be open doors, I think, if they were together too.
Yeah,
See,
they would still be open.
But like, where does that like lie in the spectrum of things? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what constitutes a closed door? You
If
blow
it
out the
closes
back of
something
the
off,
wall.
I think
DM Fiat.
I think they need a. I mean, I suppose you could have closed doors in a door frame without a wall around them, which wouldn't be closing anything off. But I do think you need the door frame.
I agree.
Okay, that's a very rational way of thinking about it.
I agree. Okay, let's get some stuff done. So, Lyra and Zerial, you guys are gonna head to the bar. Let's do that, I guess, since that's the thing we know where it's happening. Okay, you guys head to the bar. People are talking in hushed voices all around. Something seems to have happened.
Shit. Can we ask the barkeep?
Hello?
Hi. I noticed the mood is kind of off.
Well, did you not see the sky?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna look up.
Not now.
Are we not inside?
The other night.
Oh. No. We've been down in the tube.
You missed quite the light show.
Oh no.
The sky ripped up. It was thousands of colors swirling in different shapes and directions. People are quite uncomfortable and scared. No one knows what it was.
Might be our fault.
Has this ever happened before?
If it had happened before, people wouldn't be saying we don't know what it was.
Maybe not her now, but has it happened? Is there any record of it happening? Maybe like hundreds of years ago or anything?
Nope. No one's ever heard of anything like this. Just this giant green color in the sky covered the entire sky, and then suddenly it started turning into other colors, and there was like this ripping, and now the stars are all in different places.
Okay.
Maybe the stars. Okay.
People are a little bit freaked out.
Quite rightly so.
I'm a little bit freaked out.
Maybe the tomb is safer than outside.
Honestly, though.
Did anyone suspicious leave the tomb? Or has anyone seen anybody who's left?
You didn't hear?
No, as we said, we've just come out.
Some idiots in the tomb freed a lich.
Man, must be terrible being those people.
Walked out of the tomb, killed 13 people, raised them from the dead, and then retreated to the north.
Yeah. That's a shame. Anyways.
Happened just after the light show.
Oh boy. Well, shit. Now we have like a half and half. Do we go after the lich, or do we go out into the tomb and see if we can find something? Or do we go into the tomb so that way we can go after the lich with the item?
Wait, with what item?
I don't know, Dreamer's handbag or something.
Dreamer's seed.
It's gonna be a recurring joke.
Fine. I can live with that. That's recurring jokes, though. It's good.
It's its own brand.
Yeah, that's something. Dreamer's pumps. Dreamer's little black dress.
Ancient fashion designers be like, now this absolute beauty.
It's not a bad concept, actually. I kind of like that.
Dreamer's left only earring.
All right. So I guess like we gotta hurry up and find some sort of hand to get out of there. Would you know anybody that could probably make me a new hand? I'll get directly to the point.
Did you lose your hand?
Well, I ended up getting it completely torn to shreds on the inside of an extraplanar orb.
Well, there's a woman here. She's a frail thing, sickly, but she specializes in the body and understanding the limits of the body. And well, she was brought in the other day and healed someone who had the entire left side of their body just clean wiped off. Their shoulder was sawed off somehow in the dungeon, and she fixed it.
Does she do mechanical stuff?
I couldn't rightly say. You might ask, though. She'd certainly know better than anyone. She might not do the mechanical thing, but she'd certainly connect the mechanical to the physical, make it work,
Good point.
Otherwise, you have to be dropping your weapon and tapping it all the time if you want something mechanical.
True.
You had a question? Sorry, girl. Looks at Lyra.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know I was not supposed to remember the torture that she went though, but would any of this, like talking about Nawi's expertise in the body and everything, jog her memory by any chance?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's fair. We'll just forever have to pretend it didn't happen.
We'll find out.
The best. So, yeah, do we go to Nari or?
I think we don't have a good enough reason not to. So for now, I think we can go have a look. She might be our only chance for the moment.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Tis, you're just buffing out your armor?
Yeah, I would be buffing it out as Celia is recounting the story of our last delve. And I'd also bring my old armor to Bealdor and say, Bealdor, would Obscura have any interest in some battle damage Priani armor?
Yes, of course.
Look at this patina pointing to the acid holes in it.
Still, this is in great condition. We can make good work with this.
Excellent. Yeah, that's all yours. Well, Obscura's, I guess, but
Yeah. And I think I mean, I'm just gonna say that like any items in the dungeon that are not being kept are being given to Obscura. Does that sound fair? Any art or anything you've gotten? Cool. Yeah. He will give you guys each 1,000 gold.
Yeehaw. That's a lot of gold.
Spending money. We got some spending money. And
I'm gonna spend it immediately.
It's just me looking at the skeleton room basically and estimating. Okay, beautiful. So Adius is listening to the story with interest, and then he looks at you and he says, "Oh, so it was you that freed the lich."
Freed the lich? You've seen the lich then?
Yes, he came to the surface and killed some people, maybe 20, maybe less, I don't know, and then retreated to the north after raising them from the dead. It was quite the feat of quite the power.
think as Sawyer hears that, like, she's just slowly going to turn paler. She's like, oh, okay. And no one knows who he was, or
He didn't exactly announce himself.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like quite the show. And no one's seen him since. That was a while ago.
It would have been yesterday.
I think Sawyer's just very like. I mean, inside she's kind of panicking, going, "Oh shit, what have we done?" But outside she's just like, oh, "Okay, that sounds nice. Sounds like quite the show." She doesn't really know what else to say.
And sorry, this Anstrusa that you met? She's a Sphinx?
She is.
But you like her?
Oh, she's lovely. We're best friends.
So sacrificing her, not a good idea.
No, not particularly. Do you want to sacrifice her?
I don't know her, but Sphinx blood is the most useful ingredient for binding rituals. Trapping things, keeping things locked in place, forcing oath that cannot be broken.
Do you know what other kind of blood would also be good, if not as good?
Oh, any blood will do, but creatures that are bound by oath as powerfully as sphinxes, their blood can bind others.
Okay.
The problem is that most beings of pure law are mechanical, and so have no blood. It's disappointing, isn't it?
Don't worry, Celia. We won't have to kill the Sphinx. We just have to kill Marcus.
Yeah, I'm the only other thing that's oathbound. Well, Tis, right? not me.
Oh, sure, yeah, Tis. That's sure.
Please don't kill Marcus.
I mean, to be fair, he is bound by oath.
Yeah. Well, while you were away in the tomb, you missed some fireworks. The sky opened up the other day. Some sort of surge of magical energy breaking down barriers that I had not thought were even there. Oh no, we've lost our reception.
Yeah, audio's a little choppy.
Is it me or is it her?
No, her audio's a little choppy.
Great. Okay.
Going back.
No,
Is that better?
that is better.
Yeah.
Cool.
Although I missed
has it made any? Yeah. Has it made any difference to our magic at all?
Not yet. Not as I've been able to tell. But I have not yet probed as deeply as I could. But something has changed. Something dramatic. And a meteor landed in the desert north of here.
A meteor?
Yes.
That's unusual.
It is. We haven't had many of them. Occasionally something gets through, but usually relatively rare. But this caused a dust cloud many feet into the sky.
Has anyone managed to find the meteor?
No one here has gone looking for it yet. There's too much temptation with the tomb itself for many.
Makes sense. Speaking of blood, what a topic change. You don't happen to have any spare that I could just take off your hands?
Are you asking for my blood, apprentice?
No, just if you had any spare bottles of any blood in particular. I found it to be very useful as a material.
Well then, find the subject and drain it.
I think Saga kind of makes that face. She's just like, no thanks.
This is the field that
maybe another time.
This is the field that you have chosen. You have no time to be squeamish now. You study a sacred art, something precious, something significant. You have a responsibility to engage with the art form.
The knowledge is precious, I agree. And it can be very useful at times. But so is life.
You waste time thinking about Everett 3 when I am thinking of the woods. A grain of sand, and he leans down and picks it up and says, is nothing to the desert.
Maybe an experience I'll change my mind. But for now, I'm happy where I am.
Your rival does not agree.
Of course she doesn't. Forgot about her.
Faster than you. Learn more, get better faster, become more accomplished.
Maybe we simply have different priorities. I wish her all the luck.
But does she wish the same for you? Bah.
I would hope so.
You do not understand. Go. Thank you for telling me. Bringing me more magic. Meanwhile, across town, Zuriel, Lyra, you guys approach Nalri's tent. Nalri's tent is much more cool. Adius keeps even his tent in the desert quite warm. But Nalri keeps it very chilled and cool and damp. You step in there and it's like there's a light humidity of like a fog machine almost, or maybe more likely a fog spell. Ah, greetings, Lyra. Who's your friend?
His name is Zero. We've come here seeking your expertise in the body.
Well, I have a lot of expertise when it comes to the body. For example, I can see with my own 2 eyes that your friend has had his hand cut off. Tell me, Ziriel. And this small creature steps towards you, limping as it goes. What do you wish?
I was thinking, if possible, perhaps something that would allow me to swing from place to place. Perhaps rope or something else.
You do not wish for a hand.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Perhaps.
yet you use great weapons?
Yeah, good point. All right, yeah, no, I'll just take a hand.
You sure?
Shit. Like, can I take a group vote here? Celia, Marcus, Lyra, what do you think? Do I go? Well, let's see. I could go either ice hand for Lyra, or I could go normal hand. What do you guys think?
Personally, I would recommend a normal hand.
Marcus?
I wonder what her price is going to be.
What's your vote for yourself?
I'm not gonna say because that would ruin it.
Okay. I guess normal.
Okay, normal it is. Yeah, normal hand.
No.
Very well. Lyra, come here and help me, darling.
By the way, by proxy, she ate my hand.
Yeah,
so.
sure. I think she'll just.
Lie on the table, dear. And she looks at Zerial.
Okay.
Now, what we're going to do is move your essences around. It's going to feel very strange. Your hand is going to grow forth as a child's hand and slowly expand until it reaches the potential of a real hand. Yes?
Deadpool.
Ignore the pain of bones growing within your skin and skin growing around muscles and scars. Lyra, you'll help?
Of course. Is there anything we can do to reduce or numb any pain?
And she smiles and says, no.
Jeez.
Just hand me the hilt of. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna bite down on the hilt of Worldbreaker.
Yeah, I love it. That's a very beautiful sword you have there.
It's my favorite.
Hold his arm in place, dear.
She'll follow that. Well, if Lyra's hands are fairly cold, can they to an extent act as a numbing agent?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course they can. Yeah, why don't you roll medicine?
Sure.
Swear if you roll.
Oh,
one.
wow.
Let's see.
He did roll a one just a second one.
I was just about to say, like, I do.
Yeah. So you look for places to numb his arm, but the problem is that like it's numbing. The numbing doesn't work on the regrowing stuff. Right. So maybe slow down a little bit, but it's not going to really make a huge difference. Okay. And Nalari begins the process of growing a hand out of your arm. And you feel the bones and sinew and tissue moving inside of your body and growing out of your hand into a new and weird shape. And as you do this, Nalari looks at Lyra, totally ignoring everything you're going through, even though she's doing it, and says, "You've changed since last we spoke, dear."
What do you mean?
The ice.
I kind of fell into a really cold river. It had some really dodgy magical effects on me.
Don't lie to me, dear. You've taken one of the essences.
Oh. Does that imply that there are multiple?
Thousands. Many across the lands. And this very casual conversation is going on. Zero, you're biting on this thing, but I think you're still like grunting. while the whole conversation is going on, just for a little bit of flavor.
It's fair.
Many essences across the lands. You killed a creature?
Yes.
You took its essence?
In a way, I consumed it.
You ate
I
my
tried that
hands.
once to cure myself. It did not work.
Maybe you just needed a different one.
All the essences in the world will not cure a body that is broken.
Not even with all of your powers? You can't cure yourself?
Not this body, no.
Can you transfer your consciousness to another body?
Now you are thinking.
I mean, as I hear that, I'm just going to like see if I can talk to Worldbreaker, and I'm just going to say, hey, if this bitch tries to take over my body, like, please do something
I will
about it.
shred her very soul.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So the way she does this is weird. It's not even really like magic in the sense that any of you know it. Really what she's doing is she's just like going into your brain, Serial, with her psionic powers and just telling your cells to grow. Like she's just psionically communicating with your cells and telling them grow.
Interesting.
Blair?
Have you ever tried to transfer your consciousness, so to speak?
Short-term testing. Smaller projects. Proof of concept. Now the question is to find a body worth. A body that cannot be found faulty and frail. It's a difficult ritual to perform. If I am to transfer my consciousness wholly from one spot to another.
How did you get this kind of illness that you have in the first place, if you don't mind me asking?
It is complicated, but a combination of genetics and a curse.
A curse from who?
One that claimed to be a god.
Which god did they claim to be? Did they have a name?
Yes.
Would you tell me the name?
It doesn't matter. A creature from Sunera.
So, is the only way to cure this by essentially finding a new host for yourself?
It's the only way I've come up with.
I think I was just going to look away and pay a bit more attention to Zero, because she'll remember what Samo said, that the shaman person has some kind of relation to it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not going to tell Nawi that.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll just look down and try to pay a bit more attention to Zero for the moment.
And you look down and you see Zero's hand finish its growth. Agonizing though it is, Zero, you now have a new hand. You can use Great Weapon Master again.
Nice. I actually don't even think I took Great Weapon Master's feat, though.
Never mind then. And I think with that, we will take our break, if that's okay with everyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes, folk.
I took Mage Slayer.
Hey world, we're back. I know that's saying something considering the times. We made it back. Little dance of victory. As always, we like to take a moment here at the top of the second half of the show to encourage you to take care of other people, whatever that may look like for you. There's a lot of suffering in the world in general, and some of it we are the cause of, some of it we're not. But nonetheless, whatever that looks like for you, you should find a way to try and alleviate some of that suffering. Maybe that means taking a friend who's having a rough day out to lunch in your COVID-free way. Maybe that means donating money to charities and organizations. Maybe that means playing a game with some friends and hoping that they're happier at the end of it than they were at the beginning. Whatever it means for you, find a way to try to alleviate the suffering of those around you if you can. Right now, a lot of my attention and focus is on the wildfires in California, but there's a hurricane in Alabama, and there's a disease all around the world. So there's all sorts of places that you can be supporting and helping people if you can. And I highly recommend that you take the energy and effort to do so, because the truth of the matter is that helping people is one of the few philosophies that I find no flaw with. And so I encourage you to do that. Also, if you're enjoying our stuff, gentle viewer, singular, then please follow us. Check us out. Check out some of our other shows. We got shows every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Sunday, Monday, and Thursday are all set in the Shimmering Seas region. The games affect each other. You saw a little bit of that earlier today when you found out about the sky ripping open. That was not these players' fault. They just heard about it. That happened in a different campaign that ripped the sky open and screwed these players and released a lich, sort of. And so, that happened in a different campaign, and these campaigns are all interacting with each other. It's pretty fun and cool. Also, on Fridays, we have a show where we try out different RPG systems, things that you may not have tried, things we may not have tried, try to learn how to play them well, try to make them fun and compelling and good. Right now, we're in the middle of a series where Marcus, who plays Tiss in this show, hi Marcus, is running a Castlevania-inspired game called Beneath the Cursed Moon by Carius. You can check out Carius's itch.io account in the chat, just a guess. I saw Marcus moving. Got it. Excellent. And it's all good stuff. Check them out. They seem pretty cool, and that show is really a lot of fun. Marcus is is really doing a great job guiding us through the story. And tomorrow we're gonna punch Dracula in the face. Well, at least one of our players is gonna try and scratch Dracula's face. I'm gonna try and cast evil spells on him from a distance, but one of our players is certainly gonna try and punch Dracula in the face. I have a theory that Dracula is gonna win because I think Marcus just likes Dracula more than he likes me. And I get that. I think that's totally reasonable.
Thank you for understanding that.
I totally get that. I there are characters I like more than I like people. That makes sense. And I certainly there are characters I like more than my players' characters. Not not all the time, but still, I totally understand if Marcus wants to kill an old woman named Lady Anne who didn't do nothing to nobody. She's just this old woman who sacrifices people occasionally, but mostly with their permission occasionally. And it's okay if Dracula wants to kill her. I won't mind.
Mostly with their permission occasionally. And all the other times.
Sometimes I have a liberal interpretation of the word permission, but that doesn't make her evil.
The Infernal Pact, I think, makes her evil. Right. Oh, Lady Anne.
Right. Lady Anne is fun to play, and I'm glad I get to play in that game, and I think Marcus is spectacular. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And next week, we're going to move on to a new system and learn a new game and figure out how to play that one then. So, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying gaming with that group, and hopefully you check it out. That's Fridays. Okay, back to this story. Because, this is the story where we're telling what is happening to these people. Okay, so Nalri has rebuilt Zuriel's hand with the aid of Lyra. And Lyra, you have used this as a chance to inquire a little bit more about Nalri and have deduced her large-scale plan. How does that feel?
I mean, it's not. It's a clever plan. I think I'll have to give her that. It's good. It's a good plan. It's a good idea. It's nice that she has tested it first on a smaller scale, I imagine. But the fact that she seemed so like she was able to talk about it so casually whilst also handling my friend and not really giving any attention to his cries of pain does tell me she's slightly not okay. So maybe we want to avoid too much inquiring into her too much. We don't want to end up on the wrong side of her again.
Fair enough. She certainly doesn't mind suffering. I will say that. Sounds good. That's a reasonable thing. Zero, how does it feel to have a new hand?
Feels absolutely fantastic. Like I am 100% happy with just being whole again. So, and yeah, although I am kind of wondering what I owe her.
Yeah. So you get up and you feel your hand and you stretch it out, and she looks at you and says, "How does it feel?"
Good. Yeah, it works pretty normal.
Good. I'm glad.
So what do I owe you?
Nothing as trifle as gold.
Yeah, let's go with gold.
No. You are too skilled for me to accept coin from you.
What else is it that you need?
I need a path.
To?
The deepest part of the dungeon.
Okay.
There's something down there, something that rests beneath the dungeon itself, buried in the sand. The dungeon was built upon its back, and I need to get close to it.
I don't think we've been that deep.
We can do that, but it's going to be a little while because we kind of released well, okay, sorry, not we, but somebody released a lich somewhere, and we are going to go kill that.
That seems foolish.
How so?
Let the lich do what the lich will do. Your skills are dungeon delving.
I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, it's I'm pretty sure the whole concept of a lich is he kind of grows more powerful every single day we leave him.
So you are refusing me?
Not necessarily refusing. I'm just saying that it might take a while.
My time is not endless.
That's unfortunate, but there's not much I can do about that. I'll gladly pay you in gold, though.
No. You will find the path.
Even if we found the path, it's a very dangerous place to be. I don't think we could guarantee your safety.
Do you think I cannot take care of myself? That foolish child.
If you can take care of yourself, would you not be able to navigate a path yourself?
There is a distinction. My body is weary. I can go anywhere I want, probably, but resting in the tomb, for one such as I, is dangerous. And there are certain requirements of the ritual that I must perform. It will be trying. I cannot explore the way that you can.
What ritual do you need to perform?
We discussed this already. My mind and my body are not one. My body is frail, on the verge of breaking. She reaches down and pinches her skin, and several flakes of it just come off.
Geez. But when you're down there, what body will you use?
I will use this body to get where I go, at the bottom of the tomb. But it is not a journey that I can make multiple times. I will expire if I do. And so I need a path, the directest, most short path to the bottom of the tomb. My agents have failed me largely, and so I work through what I have.
Above gay, we could just push her down the bridge. Like, that's the shortest path, right?
Sure, it's not to the bottom of the tomb, but it's the shortest path to the second floor of the tomb.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
How deep do you think this tomb is?
I know there's multiple levels, but I have no idea how deep. We've not gone to the bottom, though, have we? I don't think.
No.
The furthest down you've been was the the fake sun in the garden that had that where Mochi died. That's the furthest down you've been.
Okay.
Then that's the question. Do you think that's the bottom?
It's a pretty good idea to like push her down, but also if she didn't die from that, we'd be under trouble.
That was
You're
a little
bit-
chop, yeah.
Sorry guys, my connection is really bad.
All good.
Okay, we still love you. What were you saying?
I was just saying, if it's a really great idea to like push her down into the river, but if she didn't die from that, I'm pretty sure we would make a really bad enemy.
Yeah. And we don't really have a proper reason for pushing her down.
Yeah, it's not like she's done anything bad to you guys that you know of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's just very suspicious. But she's not done anything evil yet.
And she removed your friend's hand.
Yeah, so she's kind of good, I guess. Broadly speaking. I think Lyle will turn to Navi and say, well, so far we haven't reached the bottom of the tomb to as deep as you seek. So would you be able to give us a little bit of time to navigate our way to that level? And then we'll be able to determine a shortest path for you.
Yes, that is what I ask.
Then I think I'll turn to Cereal. Does that sound okay to you?
Sounds about right. I'd still prefer to pay with gold.
You'll still prefer what, sorry?
To pay with gold.
Oh yeah, it'd be much nicer. But
well, you are
at this point, she would ask.
This is a debt that you owe to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is so
if
good.
you're curious, by the way, how much it would actually cost. Are you curious about that? Is that the sort of thing? Yeah. To pay her off in gold, she cast the 7th level spell for you. So that's 25,000 gold.
Okay.
No, we do not have that much money.
She might be convinced to let this go if you pay her 25,000 gold. But like that. But the reason, but she's offering this deal instead, basically.
That's fair.
7th level spells are expensive.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
We don't have anyone that we don't mind. We don't have anyone that we don't mind sacrificing and giving to as a body, do we?
Okay.
Sarupi?
Yeah, no, we're dipping into like evil territory right now. Like I'm gonna be the morality. It's me, Jack, the morality of the group here.
Because none of
I
the
don't think you've
characters
ever been the morality of the group.
Yeah, like one of my friends across the river.
Like I feel like just take like a step back from the phrase, is there anyone we can sacrifice to her? Because I feel like human sacrifices are kind of the limit at which we should probably switch off of neutral and just go to straight evil.
Oh, we really would be. We'd be hitting 2 birds with 1 stone though. If she took Saropi's body for me, that'd be great.
On the other hand, she didn't seem like she was interested in just a body. If she was interested in just a body, she'd take Tis. Right? She's looking for something specific, something that is at the bottom of the tomb. Or even beneath the tomb.
She hasn't described it, has she? What it is?
No.
Did Samo? Because Samo told us that she wants what's at the bottom of the tomb, didn't he?
Yep. But he also didn't describe it. And no one questioned him, nor her.
We should have.
Starting to feel like it's not an object.
Well, I feel like if I can make an above game assumption, I'm assuming it's the Kraken or it's a Tarask, either or.
I think it's Thoxis. Or, no, wait, Thoxis is the Black Dragon, right?
No,
Zishra is the Black Dragon.
A lich. Of Zishra is the Black Dragon.
Of Zishra, yeah. Yeah, I think it's of Zishra.
Huh. Why would she want to be a dragon? Like, I mean, personally.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be a dragon?
Yeah.
That's it right there, yeah. But also they're
personally,
long-lived.
I think I'd rather ride a dragon than be the dragon, but I suppose it's a matter of personal taste.
Sure, but imagine that your body was like frail and breaking, and you would not be able to live on this earth for very long. And then you had to pick another creature to be.
That's fair.
Yeah, dragon's not a bad option, to be fair.
I'm not saying it is dragon.
Dragons have the ability to transform too. A lot of them.
She doesn't deem it as very unsafe though, because she's willing to do a ritual down there. So even though she'd be in danger for some of it, she's confident enough in her skills that she would be able to survive whatever.
Well, has she struck you as a person who has crises of confidence?
I mean, yeah, she did just do a 7th level spell and just carry a normal conversation, so yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Is there no way that she could like do it twice? Because then she could go into a healthier body, get down there, and then do whatever it is she's planning on doing.
For some reason, she thinks the answer to that question is no.
Interesting.
So I think
is there any?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Jack.
I think the big question is, where are we headed, though? Because we just released a lich. That's not great. But also there is still the tomb. So I just kind of want to know you guys' thoughts on that.
Lich? Witch. Lich? Witch.
Oh yeah, I do have the witch thing. Shit, I still gotta kill the witch. Yeah, okay, never mind. I know, well, my vote's already set in for the witch. I still am fine with, like, whatever you guys want, but I guess that ties things up a little bit better on my end. Because I have to pay off Mallory and I have to get to the witch, so...
I mean, even she said that there wouldn't be a point in going after the lich because I guess we're not powerful enough for that.
Probably,
maybe
yeah.
the tomb is a better place to stick to for now.
That's a good point.
Do liches have blood?
No.
God's sake.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, we could pull a carry on
Someday.
him and just like.
Well, it's complicated. Well, okay, no,
They have fluids.
They have fluids though. Yeah, you could probably do something to a lich.
Sorry, the idea of just fluids.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, personally, I'm voting for the witch, but that's because that's a very clear path, and we know what we're doing with that.
Yeah, as a player, I vote the same.
All right, yeah. So I guess we're set there.
And I guess we could maybe find a deeper way down at the same time. So win-win.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if she's not giving us like a deadline, then you could take a sweet time doing that.
Yeah. The key is we don't ask when she wants it done by. We'll just ignore it and leave it ambiguous.
Sure. And if she somehow dies, she somehow dies. So.
Oops,
Shame.
sorry.
Oops.
She
doesn't seem like the person who's going to give up on life quite so easily.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say. She'd pull a Palpatine and stick around.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys want to go back into the tomb?
I have a couple things actually, or Tis does rather. I would take Grastic to Adius first.
Okay.
Yeah. Grastic, if you don't mind, I think it would be a good idea to find out how your curse actually works. Just to see if it really is the witch. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna walk through town. A giant stone child.
Yeah. People look at you weirdly. But on the other hand, there's a giant stone giant next to you, so no one really wants to start something. Also, you have a bit of a reputation yourself at this point. Okay, so you make your way over to Adius's place. And what are you hoping to get here? What's your intention?
Advice. An assessment.
Ah. Welcome.
Hello, Adius.
How are you?
Well enough. Well
And
enough.
how does the tomb treat you?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
How does the tomb treat you?
The tomb, you know, like it does, usually. Deadly, threatening, etc. How does the surface treat you?
Oh, you know, my research keeps me busy and my apprentices keep bringing me stuff, so I'm not unhappy.
Glad to hear that.
Seropi has been... Seropi, right? Seropi.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
She's bringing me powerful magical artifacts regularly. I'm a little more disappointed in Celia, whatever.
She has brought you, from what I understand, knowledge of blood magic, though, hasn't she? Has Seropi done that?
Yes, of course, several very useful spells, but she asks for much and gives me little.
Little. I don't know. Spells that are lost to time. That's got to be worth a lot, right?
It is, and I'm not thinking of abandoning her or anything like that. But it is much less compared to her compatriot Seropi.
You're looking for more.
Spells, she brings me magical items. She brings me gifts. She's not afraid to use her powers.
She's doing far better than we are as a whole, I think. We have been lacking in bringing things, I think. Wait, she's not afraid to use her magic. What do you mean? I don't think Celia is either.
We will see.
Guess so. Oh, I actually came to introduce you to Grastic. He is a stone person, a stone child. and we think he was cursed to be enlarged. Or that's what he told us.
Yes.
Is that true? Can you tell?
Some magic spells. Looks at him. No. He was cursed to be forever hungry.
Oh, this is his normal size then.
He is a giant.
Oh. Well, that's good news.
On the other hand, he will always be hungry.
If we dispatch the person that set the curse, will that take care of itself, or?
Sometimes, if she has the spell tied to herself and her own being, that will dispel that problem. But if not, then likely there's an artifact that she has tied the spell to, and if you snap it, then that will break the curse as well.
Okay.
Breaking the artifact will break the curse because the curse is tied to the artifact.
Are those the only means to breaking it?
Usually the easiest ones. Powerful dispels have a chance, but truth be told, the odds are sometimes low. Powerful remove curses have a chance, but again, sometimes the odds are low. If you can deduce exactly how the curse was cast, then you can perform a ritual that will uncast a curse to a certain extent, but even the slightest slip up will screw you there.
Excellent. Thank you, Adius. Do I owe you anything for the service?
That's a good question. He does definitely want something because he's a capitalist. He definitely wants something. What does he want?
Nothing for free out here. I have a friend that likes to say, "A favor given is a favor owed," or something along those lines.
They seem wise.
They are.
I have no need of you yet, but you owe me a favor.
Acknowledged. If I see anything nice in the tomb, I'll check by with you before I bring it to my employers.
That seems fair.
Excellent. I will take my leave now and leave you to Antis looks around the tent at whatever they've got going on, or he's got going on, to your business.
Yeah, it's swelteringly hot in here. So.
Yeah, and then Tis will duck out with Grastic. Grastic, that's some good news, huh? Your curse has one fewer dimension to it than we realized.
It does.
Yes, that's your normal size. You're a giant. And
big.
you're supposed to be. Yeah. Maybe not even as big as you're going to get. But you're supposed to be made of stone and you're supposed to be large, so the constant hunger, that's the problem. Yeah. We'll get that sorted.
Do you have any food?
I have rations. Have you had those yet? I don't know if you'd like them. Antis will pull out a ration.
He eats it. He pops it in his mouth and swallows it whole, like a candy.
Good. Yes. No.
I'm hungry.
Okay. And then Tis will give him. I don't know how many rations I actually have, but I assume it's more than one. So I'll give him a couple more.
He just starts wolfing them down. Some of them he chews. Some of them he's like he tries to turn one into like a hard candy.
Yeah.
To hold it in his mouth for a long time. And this is like a ration that like feeds you for a day, and he just pops the in his mouth. That man, his room was hot.
Yeah, it was rather sweltering. Why he keeps it like.
His friends didn't seem to be very aware.
Just will get kind of. I don't think those are his friends so much as they are. That makes sense. And they weren't aware, I don't think.
Am I your servant?
No, gosh no. You are my friend and my ward. Like that's how I think of it.
We are friends,
You'd like to be, yes.
but everyone who said they're my friend has abandoned me.
In the tomb?
Yes.
That's in the tomb. That's not. You don't make friends down there. You don't usually make friends down there.
Are we not in the tomb? And he looks up at the sky.
Oh yes, no. There's a whole world outside of the tomb. There's countries like this. We call it Prion. It's a desert, dry. Very much not what I'm used to. There's the place that I come from, Celestra. It is the opposite. Temperate and surrounded by water. A lot of our culture surrounds the water. Very nice. But on that note, you want to go with us to find the witch? Or would you rather stay up here? You can stay with our friend, Yaldur.
He looks confused. I don't know. Are you going down?
Yes, we have.
Well,
It's just so unsafe. I wanted to give you the option. But I also don't want to make you stay with anyone you don't know very well, if you don't want to.
don't friends stick together?
For the most part, yes, but I think sometimes in the interest of each other's safety, sometimes we have
Are
to
you not going to be safe?
I guess not. Kind of no. It's
well,
not
then
a safe place to
Grastic
do.
protect you. And he
Okay.
takes this door and he sticks it in the floor in front of you. In the
Yeah. Oh, you're so brave, buddy. Okay, yeah, you can come with us, but if it seems like we're not gonna make it out, you make your way back to wherever you're from, okay? Back to your bridge. Or with Unstrusa, she's nice.
pretty lady.
Yeah.
Wing.
That awesome tail and the mane and all that. But yeah, she's great. So you make your way back to her if anything happens to us, okay?
I wish I had a mane.
Me too. Rather elegant. She definitely works it.
Poof.
Yeah,
That's
poof.
the sound she's gonna make when we need her blood. Poof.
Oh my god.
Say, Grastic, would you like to visit a tavern?
What's a tavern?
I will show you. And we head to the tavern.
Okay.
Oh no, we're gonna get Grastic drunk.
Okay.
Andre's drinking. It's not loud.
So you try to enter the tavern, and Grastic doesn't quite fit.
Yeah.
And the person there says, "Hey, you can take that construct or whatever to the outside part of the tavern."
Hey, he's not a construct, alright? He's a stone giant. But okay. And we head to the back. Oh, sorry, is that what he said?
A giant?
As far as I can tell, that size is normal, so... And he's just a kid, so he's giant now. By the time he gets older, he's gonna be... conventional sense a giant, I guess? Or in every sense?
Whatever. Yeah, so the tavern, it's so hot here that the tavern has an indoor area and an outdoor area.
Okay.
And a big opening, canvas that covers part of the outdoor area, but then the rest of it's open air. And the barkeep is just sort of pointing you to the aired out part of the tavern.
The beer garden.
Yeah,
we'll hang out there. And then I'll approach the barkeep at his bar. Yeah.
It's a big friend you got there.
Yeah, he's cursed.
Ah.
Which cursed him?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what witches do.
I've learned that. How packed is the bar right now, or tavern?
Medium. Maybe 30 people.
And are people still in a
Yeah, people are definitely thinking about the other night.
What's the mood? Feels different than the last time I was here. Something going on?
Yeah, everything's tense since the other night. We had a couple of dramatic, whatever experiences. Yeah. With you were in the tomb?
Yes.
Did anyone tell you about the sky?
No.
The sky ripped open.
Okay.
It turned green, and then lots of other colors, and then there's like the horrible sounds, and things started falling, and there was a meteor that hit, and a lich that came out of the tomb. It looks like, or something. I don't
The
know.
lich.
Yeah, and yeah. So the sky is so everyone's sort of viewing the sky, and to a lesser extent the meteor and the lich. People are just sort of on edge. No one really knows what's up with that whole thing. Happened like 2 nights ago around midnight.
The sky ripped open.
That times out directly with your conversation with your friend. That one.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, I see why everyone's freaking out. That makes sense. Where do you know where the meteor landed by chance?
North, in the waste where no one goes.
You
There's
know
nothing
how
out
far?
there.
You know how far?
Nope. Probably a couple miles at least.
Okay.
It's hard going though in the desert.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to order a round for everyone. I'll make it 2 rounds actually. And I'll get a round just of you have anything filling? Smoothies or apple juice?
Sure, yeah. Fruit. We've got plenty of fruit drinks.
I'll take a round for the
friend?
please, yes. For the kid.
Sure. He's big. You want like one for everyone in the bar, and then double that for him?
That works. So that'll be 4 rounds.
Yeah, that sounds good. And he starts, and he looks at you and looks around the bar and does a quick count, and he's like, "It's 120 gold, friend."
Done. I give him 2.
Takes it. Thanks for the tip. Pops it in the thing, and starts mixing our drinks. He calls someone over to help him out. This one's on Tis the Paladin.
This will salute through him.
Yeah.
Is anybody here that was there last time when I addressed the tavern?
Yes, definitely.
Tis will address the tavern again. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I know there's been a
better now that I have a drink.
I figured. There's a lot going on, it seems. A lot of new stuff. But there's a lot of old stuff at hand, too. I realized in thinking back to it that I was mistaken in asking you. Suppose Hubert's onshore, considering how much control he has. So I'm not here to ask you to do that again. But also thinking about it, I think we do stand to benefit ourselves and each other if we treat this expedition as a joint effort, as a collective effort. I only have a few ideas right now, but I think with all of our talents combined, we can make this place safer, or as much as it could be safer. We could clear out the skeletons in the skeleton room. We could disable whatever mechanism summons them. I know of a secret passage that I'd be willing to share with anyone that would help, where I could use the aid of people who can shape stone. I don't know if any of you can do it. But my aim is to make it so it's more likely that we all leave this place alive, because I want to go back.
Yeah, so you're trying to convince a bunch of greedy adventurers into unionizing, basically.
Nope.
Roll a persuasion check for me, I think, is the way we're going to rule this.
Not 20. For a total of 26.
Wow. Okay, natural 20, 26.
Can I top off that? Yeah. Can I top off the speech there?
Yeah.
I know you're all very concerned with your bottom line, with your profits. Um, I can sympathize with that. I came here for a job too, to make a living. Um, I will just say that gotta be alive to make money.
So someone like stands up to like argue with you and be like, look, kid, we've been doing this for a little bit of time now. You're no more experienced. And then someone just physically grabs him and shoves him down and like puts him down in his seat and says, shut up. This guy just gave us drinks. Listen to the guy. And then someone else stands up and says, so, if we were to do this, she says, looking at you, how would we make it work?
A little bit at a time, from the top down. It's a massive task, the tomb, in itself. But I find that massive tasks are usually just comprised of many small ones. Like I said, I think a good starting point is the skeleton room, because those are, I mean, for me at least, they're almost paltry, and the issue is really that there's so many of them. But I agree that they're not endless, so we could make that room, and step by step we can go through the tomb and make it traversable and safe.
She looks at you questioningly, and someone else stands up and says, sure, I'll help. Why not?
Excellent. You've got another round coming. You all do, regardless of what you say. But I appreciate I appreciate your time. You lending your
Yeah. So I think like enough people volunteer or say sure or something along those lines that you feel like this is a pretty good success. And then if it's okay, I think you return to the table with Grasstick, and this woman approaches you, and she's Elven, and she sits down, and she says, "You don't seem like the managerial type.
I should hope not.
You seem more the dungeon delving type."
I don't know if that's true either. I've been doing this a couple months, and before now I hadn't explored any kind of place like this.
Really, just a couple months. You speak with such authority and experience.
Bluff. Speaking directly out of my tuchus. But I believe it.
Checks it out.
The confidence is a ruse. The his stammers in character too. Um, the beliefs are not. I believe that. I can't lie.
Well, the logical thing to do would be to have some sort of safety net. People like money. And what we should probably be doing is something like an agreement where a certain percent of treasure is gifted to the guild as recompense from all finds, and then then the guild would redistribute that treasure to adventurers who have been less lucky.
That makes sense to me. That's brilliant. Yes.
What percentage of treasure would you like to start with? What do you think is fair? It has to be enough that it feels like it's something that we can actually do and make do with our expenses, because of course we will have expenses. But it can't be so much that the adventurers are feeling like they are being ripped off by joining the guild. They still want to feel like they're fine.
This has a very vacant look on their face. They are out of their depth. Is 5 too much? 5%?
Seems like a good place to start. We can see if that works. Hard to know exactly how much it's going to be. Of course, we'll need people to verify that that's what we're getting from our members. But I think at the start, we can start with an honor-based system, just asking everyone who joins the guild to donate 5% of their treasure. Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I think the best thing to do then is, with enough of us, we'll have enough buying power that we can negotiate cheaper prices on healing potions. That'll be something that everyone will be happy with, yes?
I also had the thought that we could figure out our own supply chain and get our own equipment and healing potions and garbage processing.
That's a great idea. Finding other ways of getting shipping into this place would be wonderful, so that we aren't all so reliant on Songshore Enterprises, of course.
Precisely.
But that does feel like a longer term solution to me, at least until we get someone to join the guild who can make a healing potion.
You're right.
And would be willing to retire to do so. Do you have a plot of land picked out already, or a place of location for the guild?
How much space do we need?
Not much, just a office, maybe a back room.
Above game, will my portion of the tent work?
Probably too small. Also, conflict of interest potentially, but
yeah. I'm gonna say right now that I don't, but I will figure something out and get back to you. What's your name? I didn't ask. I'm sorry.
You have 200 gold to get me started.
A name would probably be best first.
Let's get that name first.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Lenia.
Lenia?
Lenia. And I'm the new manager of your guild. She holds out her hand.
Just holds out a claw and takes.
If you have 200 gold, I'll get a plot of land started, and by the next time you're out of the tomb, we'll have at least a little bit of a start going. I'll have registration forms set up. 5% of all takes will go there. We'll get people registered with the guild as soon as possible. I'm going to start by trying to aim for some of the larger groups because I feel like the independent adventurers are, less likely to join until the larger groups have managed. But I'm going to start with, I don't know if you know Perius, but Perius is going to get Perius to join.
Mention me by name. I think Perius will. Perius knows me. I don't know how much effect that'll have.
He's been in the tomb for the last 3 days, so no one's heard from him. He must have gone pretty deep, but I'm sure that he'd be willing to join. You seem to, and pardon me for stepping on your business, but you seem to have a personal vendetta against Hubert Songshore?
Well, I do now. Yes.
Excellent.
I think it's mutual.
Would you prefer if at this point for the guild I prevented Hubert Songshore's minions from joining?
No, actually. But vet them harder. Assess them, make sure that they're sincere, and I'll let you tell me what you think about this, but demand that they renounce all allegiance to Hubert. They can join.
An intriguing proposition.
My mentality is that what we can offer doesn't even approach what he. Those that want it believe in the idea more than they profit.
It does. My brother, well, foster brother, really, he works for Hubert Songshore, but I do not. So I'll go to him, see if he knows some people that might be able to make it more of a choice that way.
Are we all there or just Tess?
Just Tess right now, Tess and Grastic.
Okay.
I'll hand her 300 gold.
She takes it. Of course, I won't take a salary until we find a way to make this enterprise profitable.
You can take 50 or 100 if you want out of that, if you only need
No, I'm not going to take a salary until we find a way to make this enterprise profitable. I was not asking. I understand that you're going to be in charge of this guild, but you must understand I have business expertise that you do not. I will not be taking a salary until this enterprise is profitable.
On that note, we, broadly, not even just you and me, we will be in charge of.
I like it.
Good. I have other things to attend to, and I have a tomb to throw myself at again. So I will bond with you at some later point.
Can you vouch for Obscura joining?
I can vouch for Yaldor. The rest of Obscura I'm not entirely familiar with, I'll be honest. They are an employer, and I trust them as much as one should trust an employer.
I meant more your people.
Oh, yes. Absolutely, yes. All of them. Yes.
Excellent. Take care.
Take care. Grastic, are you finished with your juices, buddy?
You look at him, he's got like fruit punch like spilled on his shirt and spread around his mouth. Yeah. Very yummy.
I had a feeling you would like it. Let's go get you cleaned up a little bit. Let's go back to the tent.
Okay.
And they will head back.
Beautiful. Any other surface world stuff?
So I just want to talk with Marcus about like the whole enterprise thing because I actually think we can absolutely destroy this man,
Yeah.
and I know exactly how too. Um, so a few side quests. How and what we should get rolling is we're going to definitely need people. So our goal at the moment is to probably get 3 or 4 people, and we could probably start with our main export being potions, right?
Yeah.
With my expertise in alchemy, I can teach them how to make potions. We essentially get cheap ingredients, although here's the big part. We're going to need somebody to find out the trade system. We're going to have to figure out who brings stuff into the camp and who brings stuff out of the camp.
Tis
If
would
we
actually
find
know
out,
that, I think.
perfect.
Or is that true? Wait, no. I have. Okay, so I listen to all these games. I have trouble distinguishing between what I've heard as a player and as a
Sure.
character. Yeah. I know that Hubert has ships sent through here because Thomas's daughter has done some piracy type stuff against them.
Yeah.
Was that something Tis found out?
God, that's a good question. Marcus, I hate to tell you this, but I am in the exact same situation as you.
Okay.
I think you did find that out because I think Samhain mentioned that.
When we talked about Songshore.
Yeah, either then or in one of the letters. I'm not certain, but I think so.
So
that
the
it came
shipping
up.
routes, at least, I know they come by
Yeah.
sea.
So what there's shipping routes up the river, up the what is it, Uxie Atoll River? Is that right? Something like that. What is it? Utia, up the Utia River. And the river goes like a good way up, but it doesn't go all the way here. So after it gets to the biggest city in that area, again, I could look at the map, which would be better for me if I was looking at the map, because I know what a map means. And then after that, it's on foot and it's a caravan up. So the caravans are going to be easier than anything else, but the caravans are run by Somshore. So
okay. Tis would relay that to the whole group. Whoever's at the tent. Drastic is not as cursed as we thought he was. He's only hungry eternally. And when Zerial brings up that idea about the potions and the supply lines, Tis would fill him in on the caravans.
Perfect. So here's the hat trick, right? This is how we like get them, right? So these caravans are probably easily bought, right? So what we do is we take, let's say, a 5% margin, right? That 5% margin goes to Songshore's supply line. And the only thing that we require is that they be a day late on deliveries.
Oh, to get the leg up on him and have the potions before he does.
Exactly. If we get our potions delivered even a little bit sooner than he does, that means that people are going to have to go to us. We get our stuff delivered the day before, and then he gets it one day late, and then all of a sudden, when his supply is stocked out, people will have nowhere to go. We start getting customers. We then get returning customers because they know that we're going to have a reliable chain. And then we can start doing things like blockade or even buying out his other supply lines because we're going to know that we have a larger supply. We essentially grow it exponentially through natural growth. We get more people buying, we purchase more people to help, we purchase more supplies. We start with health potions, then we get other trade routes and supply routes into us, and pretty soon we'll have beat him at his own game.
At least in the
Not included.
potion. Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing, though, right? If we're talking weapons and arms, there's nothing saying that we can't work a little bit more shady, too, right? Like, realistically, he's getting these things imported and then putting his stamp on them, right? But I'm pretty sure that he probably puts a stamp on them here. So let's say we were to pay some less than savory individuals a good amount to get some of his goods lost. And if we were to just pick up on those goods and start selling them ourselves, there's, it is what it is. But at the same time, it would cause a trade profit loss for him, and we would have stuff that we could sell too. And all it would cost is paying off the people in order to get it. Or we could go get it ourselves if we were feeling ballsy.
I like that. There's a level of subterfuge that I feel like I should be uncomfortable with, but I am not, frankly.
We'll start with the health potion thing, because that's like the most straight-laced type of thing. We have to set up a successful business front before we start dealing with the mob.
Just slaps in character too. If you
I love Zuriel right now. Just want to say that for a second.
If you got your hands on one of his potions, could you dissect it or figure out how it's what he's got going on there? Maybe make something better. Because the part quality is better
bad
too.
moment, and I'm just going to say, why would we even need his potions? I could make something better.
Okay, shoot, I didn't realize.
Like, I'm gonna be confident in the fact that perhaps I can perfect my own formula given time.
You know what would be outstanding is if we mix the potions and those frozen drinks, the alcoholic ones that you all made.
That would actually be really cool. That's a fun idea to like kind of get stuff.
It's probably a later thing though.
Free advertising.
Oh, you and Lyra need rapiers, don't you?
Ish. Yeah. I think I'm good. I got my trusty sword that I'm totally giving to Samo.
Do you
100%?
Do you want a rapier for when you have to give it back to Samo? Or I guess back actually.
You know, that's a good point. Because I'm definitely giving it back to Samo.
You're not keeping it for yourself.
I'm not keeping this forever. That's a good point. But I think Samo will probably have something, so I'll keep this for now.
Something about your tone is unsettling me, but I don't have Zone of Truth prepared, so I'm just gonna let it go. Okay. Do you? Oh, actually, here. 5 gold. Do you pocket change for the rapiers?
Actually, I'm going to invest probably in some better armor.
Oh, sure.
Wait. Well, maybe. It just depends, because we'd have to go through the whole thing of buying it or whatever. But
we can have done 2 armors at once if you want.
Cool. Let's see. What armor works? It's like medium armor, right?
What arm? You're a fighter. You can use anything.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking like with dexterity, is there?
So medium armor has a limit on its dexterity bonuses, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what's your dex mod?
My dex mod is 4.
Okay, then actually it's light armor for you.
Okay.
Probably. Because, well, let's see. Half plate is medium armor, but it caps out at dex +2. So you get a AC of 17 and disadvantage on stealth checks.
Which is the same as my normal.
Okay, and studded leather would be 12 + 4. So it would be 16. AC 16, but no disadvantage on stealth checks.
Okay, and I think for whatever reason, let's see.
You might have the best, in terms of AC, the best thing you can get. Unless you want to go full plate.
Yeah, I think I already do. So I just wanted to check to make sure.
What's your current AC?
It's 17, but I have a thing explaining it.
You put a +1 defense training or whatever.
Oh, it's a shield. Okay, so wait, it's actually 15, but it's 17 with the shield. So
you're probably wearing leather armor, and you could get studded leather.
Okay, yeah, then I'll get studded leather.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That'll be 45. That's 45 gold.
Oh, okay.
Plus plus a second bribe, so another 5 gold bribe. I'm just gonna say.
Could I just make it like an even 50?
Yep.
Okay. I'll just put 1920. I'm bad at math. But could I give Tiss 1,000 of my gold to invest in his guild projects, and like with all the merchants and all that other stuff?
That's so much.
I'm 100% for it, and I expect a return on my investment and nothing more.
I've never done anything like this. I don't know. I mean, I've got things going with my own money a little bit.
Well, that's totally fine, but I want to make sure that stuff goes fast. when stuff goes hard. If we have to beat Hubert Songshore, we got to be serious about it.
You're right.
And I am 100% down for it.
Um,
As I am a businessman, you know this to my core. It is all about the money, and I know that I'll get a return on investment for this.
So I kind of got the thing started with someone called Lenia. She will be around. Give it to her.
Okay, cool. And I'll just, I'll give it. I'll technically quote unquote give it to you. So just put it in your inventory for now.
Nope, I'm making a new thing. Don't do that.
Okay, cool.
Advantage of the guild.
And then that'll just mainly go towards the trade routes. Let's see if we can secure a trade route or two, and that's about it.
Right.
Cool.
So I'm adding a new sheet. This is gonna be the Adventurers Guild sheet. You can name it as you see fit, of course. But for now, at least, I'm calling it the Adventurers Guild. We could call it the Adventurers Union, since that's really what it is. Yeah. So right now, Lenia is the manager. That's the only officer that we have at all in the guild right now. Tis technically your founder, but that's a little bit fluid. And then money from group so far. Tis, you've given her 300, and Zero is given 1,000, so it's 1,300 from group. The more money from the group, the more powerful the guild is going to be able to grow, and the better it'll be.
I'm also
the more
gonna...
money, better its fictional position.
Okay.
Additionally, at some point, probably over this week, we're going to figure out advantages and disadvantages for the guild. The rule is you get 2 advantages for every disadvantage. So any advantage that you want, you can get 2 of them, but you got to get a disadvantage. And we're going to keep that up. So if you want, and those can be anything that seems reasonable, whatever seems cool, whatever seems like a good advantage for your guild to have, then you can take that. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll also tell Lenia to see if she can get in contact with Oceana Dagmar. That's Thomas's daughter's name, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Probably not Dagmar, but Oceana.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember Fabian's last name. My bad.
Oceana of the High Seas.
Yeah, Oceana of the High Seas. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love it. You're gonna start your Adventurers Guild by communicating with pirates. I think that's a great idea. I like pirates, so I'm totally down with this. Whoa! Sorry. A red-tailed hawk just flew past my window.
Oh,
that's cool as shit.
The hawk, we've named it Steve because then it's Steve the Hawk. Okay. Anyone else have any above temple stuff out of tomb stuff?
That's it.
We should probably start training Bealdor if we're going to train Bealdor in potions, but apart from that, no.
Yeah, we're training Bealdor in potions. That's been established, so I'm good with that. We can start his training. He's quite adept at learning. So, who is trained? Is anyone trained in alchemy or herbalism or both?
Alchemy, not necessarily herbalism, but I have alchemical researcher, so I'm not sure how that affects it.
That'll definitely help. And then Celia, are you trained in herbalism?
As far as I know, no.
Well,
no, I am not.
Wow.
She's trained in having a wand that makes plants.
I am.
Where?
That is true. If you tell me what, if you let me study the plant that you need, I could probably produce it for you.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Let's start with an alchemy test at advantage because of your researcher skill, Zero.
And I'd also have Sage, so I would know where to find somebody probably who has like the herbalism stuff that we would need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nalri comes to mind instantly.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying, there's a lady with herbalism skills. She's right there. She just regrew your hand for you for a favor.
True. That is a nat 20.
Yeah.
All right.
Bealdor gains the basic skills of herbalism and alchemy needed to start making healing potions and brew these things. Generally speaking, you guys should check on them and make a roll every time you come out of the dungeon, basically. But he has the ability to maintain things. He doesn't really have the ability to start projects of his own. But right now, he has the ability to maintain things without any risk to them whatsoever.
Good enough.
Yeah, so that's fine. Okay. Anything else that anyone wants to do?
Quick question about the armor. The studded leather versus leather increases the AC by 1?
Yep.
Question mark? Okay. So we are now at 18. Yay!
All good
With
stuff.
the shield, of course.
Yeah. 12 plus 4 plus 2. Yes. Okay. Excellent. If you're using a shield, you know you're not using Great Weapon Master, right? Well, you didn't take it, so it doesn't matter. Cool. Awesome.
Sure.
Sorry, somehow I fixed it in that for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Well, I think that's where we will call it today. Good little recovery episode back in town, quote unquote.
Thank God we can see the sun.
You can see the sun. Yeah. Let's hand out some experience points.
Starting a fantasy union.
See, I am totally the type of person that I am is I would love to just actually just have a complete run through of every aspect of the business side of everything. Like I will make a completed fantasy business for the guild, including workers. Like I will micromanage the shit out of everything because I love it.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well, we can certainly explore those options and possibilities. Okay, so yeah, started Fantasy Union. You get experience points for that. Agreed to a favor from Nalri. I'm giving you experience points for that. Discovered the core of Grastic's curse was his hunger, not his size. Let's see. Anyone else got anything that they did that they feel like they want experience points for?
Favor from Adius too. That might be part of the drastic curse thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do a small point reward there. Anyone else?
Unless regrowing a hand counts.
I did say regrowing hand, didn't I?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I just zoned out then. Apparently.
No worries.
Was that part of the favor for from Nolary?
Yeah,
or
favor from Nolary. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Favor for a favor trade. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, let's do the Brakazak stuff. Yeah. Found Brakazak a safe place to rest. And I guess we didn't really say goodbye. We anticipated coming back soon. Okay. No, trap defeated. Oh, laid a body's rest. Thank you, Jess. Okay. Anyone have any other things that they feel like they should be rewarded for?
Not that I can think of. Pretty RP heavy session today.
Yeah, but
nice.
RP can lead to things, but I guess not in this case. Cool. Okay. Well, most of the points you got were for starting Fantasy Guild, but everyone gets 1,450 experience points.
Ooh.
Most of which was for starting a guild.
Hey, that's what it is.
Gotta take what you can take. Excellent. Cool. Well, there you go. Well, that was a lot of fun. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. I certainly had a lot of fun. And thank everyone for watching. I'm glad that you stuck around for as long as you did, and hope that you're enjoying the show. I certainly am. I love a good old-fashioned dungeon crawl, and I love the parts in the dungeon crawl where you go to town, whatever the town is. In this case, a tent city outside of the tomb filled with adventurers that now is going to have a union. I love it. Makes me happy. So we'll see what all this amounts to in the future. But thank you all so much for watching, and hope you have a good life. And as always, I strongly recommend that you call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone.